Today, many are remembering and celebrating the extraordinary life of former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. It is the first of a three-day schedule of memorial events in her home state of Georgia. At any moment, the Carter family motorcade will leave the grounds of the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center, and they will be heading to nearby Georgia Southwestern State University. It's in Americus, Georgia, her alma mater. Joining us now, Dr. Barbara Perry, professor and director of presidential studies, as well as co-chair of the Presidential Oral History Program at the University of Virginia's Miller Center. Dr. Perry, as always, thank you. The service is today. I'm curious how much we know about how involved Rosalynn was in planning her own service today and what you'll be looking for.
I think, Marni, given the fact that she was such an involved person, and one might say even a micromanager in the best sense of that word. In other words, she was very detail-oriented, and she had this true partnership with her husband. So I can just see them, maybe even years ago, sitting down and going through what they wanted to reflect their legacy, and in her case, particularly her first ladyship. And I think that's going to be reflected in these ceremonies, that they are going to start at, as you say, at her alma mater, but also a science center that she was a part of and bears her name there, then off to the Carter Center, the Presidential Center in Atlanta, where she will lie in repose. And they've also asked that contributions be given in lieu of flowers to the two things that she cared about the most, and that is mental health as well as caregiving.
And when you look for the personal touches today, the attachment to place that both Mrs. and Mr. Carter have to Georgia and their hometown is significant. Can you discuss a little bit about why and how they exhibited that importance in their life?
The fact that she said in a fairly recent interview within the last decade that I watched over the weekend on C-SPAN, and she said, Jimmy, because she pronounced it Jimmy, Jimmy, and she said, would always look ahead to the next year in our calendar. And we were always very busy and traveling around the world, especially to Africa. And she said, but we'd always block out at least a week every month at the Carter Center to do our work there. And so I think the fact that she's lying in repose there, but unlike a lot of modern first ladies and presidents who are then buried at their libraries, she, and I'm sure the president as well, will be taken back to Plains, and they will be buried near their home in Plains, Georgia.
Right, near a willow tree. President Carter entered hospice about 10 or so months ago. He did release a statement about his wife's passing. Do you expect that we'll see him at all today? I know it's important for him to be there.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I understand that he is wheelchair bound, and it's a bit like an athlete where they say they're day to day. In other words, depending on his ability to go through something that must be so painful for him. And yet I'm hoping, for example, that he will be at the church service, which will be at their Baptist church in Plains, and that they will bring Mrs. Carter back for that, and then again buried near their home site. So I hope that he's able to be there, because I'm sure he wants to be.
Let's talk about her legacy for a moment. Explain the role that she played in shaping the legacy of the first ladyship in the White House.
Marni, I see her as forming a bridge, if you will, between someone who was sui generis, like Eleanor Roosevelt, and yet coming after a couple of first ladies in the 50s who weren't as involved in terms of policy, and sort of leading to the contemporary first ladyship. And that is being involved in policies that were meaningful to her, being involved even in cabinet meetings, testifying before Congress. And yet Mrs. Carter did it in such a way that she did get a little bit of criticism, but not nearly as much as perhaps others, such as Hillary Clinton, who were thought to be too involved. So somehow she hit this middle ground, this happy medium, and also was present in the First Lady's office, and I'm sure moved towards this, to develop with the personnel office in the White House a staff for the First Lady. And she certainly needed one, because she was so involved in policy, as well as traveling around the world as an emissary for her husband and for the United States.
Right. And finally, with just a few seconds left, how did she define the post-presidency role that she had?
Well, she and President Carter have set the model for the modern post-presidency, and some wags would say, well, they were better after the White House than they were in it, and I don't so buy into that. But I would say that they did set the model for continuing to have an impact at home and around the world, and carrying a positive message for the United States around the world as well.
Remembering her today and always, Dr. Barbara Perry, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.